In the delightful and often heartwarming world of young Sheldon, the characters have a way of growing on you, evoking nostalgia and making even the most mundane events feel deeply impactful. The family dynamics between Sheldon Cooper, his quirky family, and the supporting characters like Meemaw, Constance Tucker, have always been a cornerstone of the show's charm. With the upcoming sneak peek of the special episode Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage, fans get another glimpse into the complex web of relationships and emotions that bind this tight-knit family together. One of the most touching and poignant aspects of the sneak peek is the return of Meemaw, the fun-loving, sassy matriarch who has been a steady source of support for Sheldon and the entire Cooper family. In this episode, we see Meemaw in a rare and deeply emotional moment, reflecting on her late husband, George Sr., and how his memory continues to influence the present-day dynamics of the family. This particular moment offers a heartfelt glimpse into Meemaw's character, showcasing her vulnerability and her ability to look back on her past with both humor and tenderness. The memory of George Sr. Throughout Young Sheldon, viewers have come to know George Sr., Sheldon's father, through the lens of Sheldon's unique perspective. Often depicted as a blue-collar, no-nonsense father, George Sr. is portrayed as someone who loves his children deeply, but is often at odds with Sheldon's eccentricities and intellectual pursuits. However, there's a deeper side to George Sr., one that Meemaw, the love of his life, is more than willing to share in this special sneak peek. As Meemaw sits with Georgie and Mandy, she takes a moment to remember her late husband. In a rare break from her usual quick wit and sharp commentary, she reflects on how George Sr. shaped the family. She recalls moments of love, laughter, and some of the more difficult times they endured together. The conversation hints at the kind of man George Sr. was, a steady force in the family, despite his flaws. For Meemaw, George Sr. was not only her partner, but also the father of her children, and his memory still looms large over the household, even after his passing. This reflection adds layers to Meemaw's character as she steps away from her usually tough exterior to show the softer side of her heart. Meemaw isn't just a grandmother or a family member who provides comic relief. She is a woman who has experienced love, loss, and the full spectrum of emotions that come with a long marriage. Her reminiscence about George Sr. reminds viewers of the history she and the rest of the Cooper family share, and it's a beautiful reminder of the emotional depth the show often explores, despite its comedic setting. Georgie and Mandy. A new generation, a new beginning. At the heart of the episode is the focus on Georgie and Mandy, whose relationship is just beginning to take shape in the larger context of the show. The tension between the two is palpable as they navigate their way through the complexities of an unplanned marriage, impending parenthood, and the various obstacles that come with young love. In this sneak peek, we witness how their union is still in its early, somewhat awkward stages, and their interactions with Meemaw serve as both a grounding force and a catalyst for growth. Georgie, much like his father, is learning to cope with the weight of responsibility, but in a way that mirrors his own experiences with George Sr., he is beginning to understand the importance of being a father and a partner, though he's still grappling with the immaturity and the mistakes that come with youth. Meemaw's reflections on George Sr. serve as both a warning and a source of comfort for Georgie. She reminds him of the value of sticking with things through thick and thin, even when life doesn't go according to plan. Mandy, for her part, is also experiencing a period of growth. She's finding her place within the Cooper family and dealing with her own challenges, especially as she faces the pressures of marriage and impending motherhood. Meemaw's reflections on George Sr. might not just be about nostalgia. They could serve as a lesson for both Georgie and Mandy in how to build a relationship rooted in love, understanding, and patience. A legacy of love and humor. One of the most moving aspects of this sneak peek is how Meemaw's memories of George Sr. blend both love and humor. Despite the hardships of their marriage, she reflects on the ways in which George Sr. made her laugh, even when life was difficult. This balance of joy and sorrow is something that young Sheldon excels at. And it's clear that Meemaw's character, in particular, embodies this dichotomy. In one of the sneak peek's more poignant moments, Meemaw shares a funny anecdote about George Sr., reminding everyone of the lighter side of their relationship. She talks about the little quirks that George,